You've probably heard a lot of phrases about how every business is going to be an AI driven business in the future. But if you are a business owner, how can you practically make the most of the opportunity that we have right here? I've been testing out dozens of AI tools recently as part of the AI agents that I regularly end up building. And I'm here to distill what I believe are the top 5 most important ones that are game changers for helping businesses make more money and grow. We'll go over each tool, what its main functions are, and some examples how each one can be applied in real life. If you're new to the channel, which you probably are because this is my first video, and don't know who I am, my name is Moise, and I help business owners take advantage of their AI opportunity by building solutions and workflows that help businesses grow. I've spent close to half a decade advising multinational organizations on data and AI, and I'm here to share my knowledge and give practical tips to help you take advantage of the AI opportunity. All right, let's dive in. So the first tool that we have on our list is a platform called Vapi. And Vapi lets you build voice AI agents to handle phone calls like a pro. Think of it like a 24/7 virtual assistant that sounds human, responds instantly, and never gets tired. I'm sure if you guys own businesses, you'd probably want all employees to be like that. And Vapi's core strength is in its ability to create conversational AI for both inbound and outbound calls, can integrate it with loads of different tools and databases, easy to build and develop, and is a great voice automation tool altogether as well. So what does that actually do? So essentially you can create voice agents. So essentially think of it like a receptionist or someone handling calls on the other side of the line. It can receive calls, it can make calls, act in a pretty natural language way of speaking, execute loads of tasks like booking appointments, and pretty much can support loads of different languages too. Now, if you're like me, I was a bit skeptical about this tool as well, because I get loads of spam calls coming through, and you think, hey, look, these voices all sound pretty robotic to me. But Vap is actually pretty lifelike. It's pretty realistic. It's fast. It can think in sort of 1-second response times as well, and can handle pretty much loads of different tasks. So it's a great tool to have if you are a small business owner as well. So what kind of use cases, what kind of businesses would end up really using Vapi? I talked about a couple already. So you think about restaurants, it's a great use case. So if you're a restaurant and you have loads of incoming calls and you're like, how do I handle all these different customer queries? One person might be asking about the menu options, the other might be looking to book a table or searching for availability. You can really use Vapi to handle all of that information for you. The other use case is, customer automation, support automations. So if you're working in a call center and customer kind of starts complaining about an item, it's not shipped properly, it's got some issues, they want to find more FAQ information about your product, you can really customize Vapi to be able to answer all those questions rather than having potentially an employee on the other side of the line trying to manually take them on board. So it can save you great time, money, effort as well. And it's a great one to essentially have. And it's essentially a great game changer for businesses that do rely on phone interactions. So it's like having a superstar employee that never sleeps, doesn't need to always complain about salary increases and all sorts. So that's Vapi, and if you're one of those two, if you're a customer, retailer, or you're a restaurant owner, it's a great one to consider. All right, number 2. This one is one of my favorite ones, and it's something that's pretty new on the market. It hasn't been around for a very long time, and it's a tool called HeyGen. So HeyGen is an AI-powered video creation platform that is basically like you having your own video production studio. It lets you create professional-grade videos with avatars, customer scripts, and even voiceovers in just a few minutes. No camera needed, no editing skills, no problem. So it generates videos using these avatars that look like human, can sound like a human, supports text to video, and covers loads of different languages as well. The really crazy part is you can create a version of these that look exactly like you and mimic your own voice intonations and your body movements as well. And in a lot of cases, you can't really tell much of a difference as well. So it's pretty scary at the same time, knowing in the future that, is this really me speaking, or is this going to be a HeyGen video avatar? Who really knows? So if you're a business, what are the ways that you'd want to use it? What are the ways that you would potentially apply it? One of the main industries is really about marketing. So marketing is a huge one for personalization. So picture an e-commerce store, who's kind of launching a new product. With HeyGen, you can create a video where an AI avatar can address every single customer by name, demoing the product, giving them a discount code perhaps, and it can generate a lot of personalized messages so you can really keep a hold of your customers and reduce some of those churn rates. Another great one is for employee training. So if you have employees all over the world who speak different languages, come from different backgrounds, HeyGen can produce training videos in all these different languages. You can give it a script and it can translate it in every single one, and then even have a nice custom avatar or the CEO in the front picture trying to teach people on how to learn about AI or data or whatever industry you're in, right? So it's a great one for both of these use cases, and there's many more to come. There are a lot of different competitors to HeyGen in the market as well, but as a concept, to have this avatar-like effect, especially it being quite realistic, is pretty new and it's pretty exciting as well. All right, number 3. This one is a tool called Perplexity. So I could have put in here ChatGPT, Claude. A lot of the different AI tools are currently on the market that you probably would have heard of, but Perplexity is one of also my favorite ones, and I pretty much use it to replace Google, right? So it's an AI search engine like Google, but they really advertise themselves as an answer engine, not really a search engine per se. So it doesn't just dump links, it can give you concise summaries, it can do deep research on papers and scan through the web as well. And it's a goldmine if you're looking into research and decision making as well. So it can look at complex questions and summaries and loads of responses from the web, but also give you legitimate sources of where that information essentially comes from, and then integrate it with sort of different tools so that you can make the most of what that research really is as well. Like I said, you could have used ChatGPT or Claude, but I personally love Perplexity for its ability to just answer the questions that I want. And it's great for, if you're starting off with HeyGen or Vapi as a starting point and you want to summarize that information or find out more about what the customer's problem is, you can really use Perplexity to dive a little bit deeper, search the web, and it's great if you're in a retailer trying to answer questions, find out more about the market. You want to maybe your customer support knowledge base, right? So someone can type in a query in the chat in your website, and you want it to generate an answer sort of frequently asked questions that a customer normally has and respond to them in real time. So Perplexity is that engine that essentially orchestrates and is able to answer a bulk of that as well. So almost think of it like the second in the chain. If Vapi and HeyGen are the entry points for customers, Perplexity is really the engine that enables you to basically answer a lot of these questions, summarize them, and that sort of thing. So it's a shortcut to sort of smart decision making, can save you time, and really fits a lot of different use cases, whatever industry that you're really in. So I gave a couple of examples, but you can really extend it to pretty much anything. Number 4. Now, if you're a developer and you're thinking, hey, look, I want to start building some of these myself. I really like the sound of Vapi and HeyGen and Perplexity, but how do I put it all together? Your answer is N8N. So let's dive into it a little bit more. It's essentially a workflow automation tool that is like the glue that's connecting all your apps and tools and memory all into one place. It's no code, but can be low code, so you can customize it how you want, or even if you're a junior developer, you can start just building it yourself and integrating with loads of different applications there already. And it supports logical statements, transformations, all that fancy stuff that developers normally end up using. But if you're a non-coder, you can easily start pulling them all in together. And generally, to build some of these fancy AI agents, you only really need this tool and be competent in how it really works. So you don't need a team of 20 data scientists, 50 engineers to kind of build your AI for you. You can essentially just do it with a single application as well. And the results are pretty incredible. So because it's something that connects all the different applications together, the use cases really are very broad. So you think of a standard business who wants to integrate many different steps together. And this is the core of what an AI agent does. So if you are someone who is looking to generate more leads, you might use Vappy to call up customers. But then NAN will be your platform where Vappy feeds in. You run it through Perplexity, you do some research, and you send it out and give it 5 different tasks to end up doing as well. That whole end-to-end workflow is what NAN can essentially help with. So rather than being single tasked, it can connect the dots between all the different AI tools that you have in your wardrobe. And it can go on. You can name any use case you want, whether that's order processing for e-commerce or customer feedback analysis, or even one of my favorites in the real estate agency to get more leads. Pretty much anything that you think of, NAN can probably do. All right, I promised 5. The 5th one is slightly out of the box, but it's one that once you built an AI agent, you might want to think about, all right, let me build an application on top of that. Let me productionize it. Let me create something a little bit more extra than a workflow. And the 5th tool that I have is Lovable. So Lovable is a platform that lets you build AI applications without coding. So it's like having a developer pretty much in your pocket, creating tailored AI solutions for your business, from chatbots to image generators and you name it. You can design your apps with custom interfaces, integrated with all of your data, and deploy them as web or mobile apps. It's pretty much can do a lot of different things. And you can just use chat to be able to develop from it as well. And anyone can essentially use it. So one of my favorite things to do is just create websites from it as well. So graphics and images, if you're looking for an idea of how would I develop this website or this front-end interface, you can just type it into Lovable and it can pretty much generate it for you. Lovable is one of those tools that, if you haven't heard of it, it's one of the fastest or the fastest growing SaaS product to 100 million in revenue across all of the SaaS applications. So beating the likes of OpenAI and ChatGPT as well. So it really is a game changer for the market. And a fun fact here, 10% of new websites that are being built by Lovable. That's insane. That's a crazy stat, I think. And it just goes to show how easy some of these tools are to use and how well they can do a job of just creating websites or any application that you want. So that's it for this video. Those are 5 different tools that are great if you are looking to benefit as a business and want to make more money out of them as well. Hopefully you found the tools quite useful, and with how the market is evolving, it's a space that I'm sure there'll be loads of great new ones being released in the future, and even these current ones I'm sure will continue to develop. So if you want to work with me and my team, my contact information is linked below. Like I said, I help businesses make more money by developing some of these agents and using some of these tools. And so if you're interested, just fill in the Calendly below and we'll get in touch. If you haven't already, subscribed below to my YouTube channel to be updated on loads of new content that we have planned coming up in the future. Please subscribe, like and share and all that good stuff. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.